Hey, welcome to Boss Talk Live, episode 6, y'all. I'm so excited for you guys to tune in today. I'm so excited for you guys to meet my special guest. If you don't know who I am Essie Arrington, CEO of Boss Lady Empire and of Boss Talk Live. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and meet my special guest, Renata, who is a actor, a modeling coach, an acting coach, an entrepreneur. She's all that and more, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm Renata Walsh, originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Always got to throw the STL in there. They raised me. And I am a model and actor. I am a mentor and an entrepreneur. I've been mentoring for over 20 years. And that, I believe, is probably that makes me smile the most. And then the next thing is the acting and the entrepreneurship. And so, yeah. So, what else about me? I had a fur baby that I was blessed with from an old friend. Thank you for that. And yeah, I am steady thriving. I'm happy to be on your show, Boss Talk Live.
Yes.
Thanks to my friend Siobhan
Shout her
for
out.
introducing us. Yes.
Yes.
So
So,
thank you, thank you,
guys,
thank you.
we are, like I told you, we're so excited to have her on our show. This is our first actor, y'all. Our first one. No, you know what? Siobhan's an actor. So this is our
Siobhan's an actor.
second. Yeah, this is our
Yeah.
second actor,
She
guys. I'm
just took a
so excited.
break. She
Yeah,
just
she
took a
took a
little
little
break.
break. Right. So she is gonna give y'all some details on how she got started in her acting business and what made her start acting and different things like that. So go ahead and tell us about that.
Oh man, how did I get started in acting? Well, actually, I started off modeling first, and my first acting gig was a commercial for the St. Louis Convention of Visitors Commission. And that commercial ran for a long time, so I ended up doing a union commercial, no lines. Then fast forward to 2010, I was here,
Okay.
and a cousin of mine introduced me to someone who was doing a film, and I ended up playing a pretty large role in it. I would say maybe a co-star role in it, and that kind of catapulted the acting. Um, I guess hunger,
Okay.
and I was like, I really like, I really like the filming, part of it, the movie part, because my background is in broadcasting, so I did radio and television. So really the modeling, broadcasting was just really the only things that I was focused on at the time. And yeah, it kind of just fell into my lap and ended up studying ever since,
That's
So
amazing. How do you like it? Do you like, doing acting and modeling all together?
it's, I have to say I like the acting more now. I always was shy, believe it or not. So posing for a picture and standing in one spot and trying to figure out which way to go was always odd to me, and I would get nervous. And so my face would do all sorts of things, and everything is caught on a picture. So, but I
Mm-hmm.
ended up doing. I did well. I mean, I did very well in it, but I do like the acting more. It is a journey. It's a roller coaster sometimes emotionally and sometimes physically, but it's it's a good journey. It can be enlightening and powerful and take you places that you didn't think you could go.
Mm-hmm.
Very challenging.
Okay.
Uh, but I'm in class now. I'm in the actors gym, and my teacher, my coach, he's really really good. Tom Scott. He's really really good. So you got to stay working the muscle in order to
So,
to book. You gotta
so basically, you're saying you just got to stay consistent.
well, working the muscle, you have to stay, in class,
Oh,
the
okay.
you have to stay coached. The biggest actors have coaches, so because if you don't work that muscle, then you forget sometimes, and it becomes harder to walk in and just grab a character and bring it to life, so
Right.
yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, so
That
that's
is
the acting.
amazing. So you saying, look, I'd rather be acting than modeling because look, I ain't trying to figure out my body and how I move. And that's how I be. When my
Yeah,
husband sees my pictures and I'm like, he like model, move. And I'm like, look, I'm not no model. I'm gonna just do what comes natural. But you gotta stand here, make sure your face is right, suck it in if you need to, look this way, don't look at the camera. It's a lot into modeling. It's not easy.
it's not easy, and I coach models and stuff, so it's like it's like telling them what to do is easier than me doing it
Mhm.
myself, and it's just because of my shyness and whatnot, but it does build your confidence though, because if you have to do it, if you get booked, you have to do it, and you have to perform.
Yeah.
You got to deliver. So what do you you can't fall. You got to deliver.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome. So not only is she's a model and actress, she also have an amazing online business, guys. Amazing. I went on her website and I fell in love with it. So in love with it because she sells candles, she sells soap, she sells all types of things that's gonna relax you, calm you, puts you in the right move. And with me, I'm big on candles. I'm big on smells. I love to light my candle at night when it's time for me to go to bed to relax me, to calm me down. Me and my husband, you could come in our house right now. We have candles in every room. It's
all right.
something about candles. The way it makes you feel, the way a person walk in your house and it just feels so cozy and welcoming. So definitely
Mhm.
tell us the name of your business, what you sell on the website, and how you got that started.
Oh wow! So the name of my business is Renoir Beauty. Renoir, noir is black in French, um, and Re is the beginning of my name. Re Black Beauty. And what this vision came to me in October of 2020. And it originally came to me in the form of doing an online beauty supply store.
Okay.
And just knowing that we as women of color spend a lot of money in the beauty industry. And that's $1 billion market. And we don't
Yeah.
have a hand in it. And it was just, it just puzzled me to the point to where I was just like, no, well, maybe I can start an online beauty supply store and become a hub for people who want to sell their own products. Our people, and
Yes.
so who maybe they can't, have this on site for themselves, and so they want to do it through, me or whatnot. But it turned into me looking for stuff to sell, looking for candles and looking for soaps and looking for this. And one of my girlfriends, she goes, you can make soap. And I was like, you can? She was like, yeah, you can make soap. It's easy. And I was like, oh, well, so fast forward, I made my first batch of soap December of 2020. And I would doodle and try to figure out how I wanted Renoir beauty to look. And, I wanted to be sleek and classy, and I wanted to be something like timeless, So I, um, I made my first batch of lavender soap, and I put it out there to close friends and family and sold out. And
Wow.
then I made another batch. Except I made two batches. I made a batch of the lavender soap, and then I made a batch completely from scratch. And what I mean by that is I buy this lather soap from Brambleberry, but this time I just bought all of the oils separately and put everything together myself. And then I sold out of those 2 batches. And it just kind of was like, well, maybe I should make candles too, because my whole idea is self care and healing and mental health and breathing and taking that time for yourself. So the moments that we are able to take time for ourselves, like if you were to sit down and read a book, maybe you light a candle, maybe
Mm-hmm.
you just taken a bath, and scrubbed your body down so it can be soft, and then you rub some body butter on, and maybe you use some of my soap, and you just sit back and relax, because all of the oils that I do use, um, all of them, I looked up all of the definitions and what they were good for, and every last one of them said depression and anxiety,
Wow.
relieves depression and anxiety. And that was pretty much universal with all of the oils that I use,
Mm-hmm.
but each one of those different oils had other uses as well, like inflammation and inflammation relief, and infections, clearing infections, and um, uh, helping with cuts and
Wow.
arthritis. It goes on and on. So um, I decided to just do 4 items because I make them all by hand.
Okay.
And so I'm in the lab. I'm in the lab myself, and I make them, and I pray over them, and I send them off with love.
Oh,
And yeah, so
that's
that's
amazing. I love everything you just said. A lot of us suffer from depression.
mhm.
Mental health is a big one in our community. And with depression, a lot of us don't know, like we talked about in my last podcast, a lot of us don't know we're depressed, or we're going through
Mhm.
mental health or mental issues, you know what I'm saying? And for you
Right.
to say you looked up all the ingredients, looked up all the oils that's going to focus and help with that. And so you're saying your candles have all those different oils in it, or your soap have all of them in there?
The candles, the soaps, the body butters, and the scrubs. So depending on what scent you decide to get, I have everything from lavender to wild rose, lemongrass, cucumber melon. I mean, I have a nice list of oils for you to heal from, to just bask in some great memories, or think about some things that you want to do in the future. When I was going to therapy, and I told my coffee, and I told my therapist, I said, I'm feeling low, and he's like, okay, well, what makes you happy? Think of something that makes you happy,
Mm-hmm.
and and I thought of an island. I said, well, I've never
Okay.
been to an island, so let me look up some on YouTube, look up some tours of Jamaica, and look up
Mm-hmm.
some tours of some islands and stuff. And
Yeah.
it changed my thoughts, because now I'm thinking, oh man, this would be a nice place to go. Then I'm like thinking about the water. Now I'm like totally off of whatever was disturbing me,
Okay.
at that moment, So, but I also do that, but I also pray too, because prayer is key. That's number one. You
Ooh,
know,
it is.
if if you ain't gonna do
Ooh,
nothing else, you better pray.
you
And
better pray.
okay, and so yeah, but those are some of the things that I do, and I use. And I do these things myself. I try out all my soaps. I use all of my products myself, to make sure they're okay for everyone else to take a part of. And yeah, you know, that's
I love it. I love it. Look, y'all better go on her website. You better order it. And like she said, it helps with depression. It helps with any stress you're going through. She has oils you can use. And a lot of people like putting oil in their bathtub. A lot of people with
Yeah.
me, I have an oil burner, so I put my oil in there, I light it in my office, and
Yeah.
it relaxes me, it calms me, like I tell you, to be able to work, to focus. For some reason oil helps you focus. It's something with that, it's the
Yeah.
smells. And I remember
It's
talking
yeah.
to you, and you were saying sometimes smell take you back to a place where you remember good things happening, and it brings back memories. And that's something good with candles. Candles, you sniff, you like, oh, I remember that smell, you know? So I love the
Mhm.
fact that you have the oils you can use, the soaps you can use. And you said some of your soap helps with, you said some type of skin, you were saying?
Well, no, all of my soaps are natural. They don't necessarily, I don't want to promote that they actually will help your skin, but they are
Okay.
natural soaps. One is lavender and
Okay.
one is wild rose.
Oh,
Very wild rose, very sexy smell. It's not, at, at first when I got it, I said, do I want, roses are my favorite, but I didn't know if I wanted to smell like a rose, right? And
okay.
so when I put it on, it settled so beautifully that I was like, oh my. And then I sent it to a girlfriend out in California, and she fell in love with it. I've incorporated, hoping that people will give it a try, because I know either you have to like rose, or you maybe have to try it, because it's not going to be something that, if you don't like flower smells, that you're going to just draw yourself to. um, but have you noticed, really quick, when you said the
Sure.
smells take you to a really good place, have you noticed that, have you ever smelled something that took you to a bad place, unless it was garbage, or or like,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
I can't really think of like a good smell that took me to a place where I didn't really want to be.
Yeah, me too. Me.
If you think about it, but
Yeah, and I never thought about that. No, I never smelled something that took me to a bad place. It's always been like a smell. Even if it's not, you'll go somewhere and you smell something like, oh, that reminds me of my grandma, or that
yeah,
smell reminds me of my grandfather. It's like, no, I
yeah,
never had that. A smell that
right,
took me to a bad place. No, I never.
right.
That's so weird. Like you said, if it's garbage, then that's garbage. But no, I never had that.
That's why aromatherapy is good. It's good to breathe and meditate, and take everything in. And it's so much going on in life nowadays that it's important. We cannot squeeze ourselves dry
Mm,
for society and for the world. It's imperative that you at least take one day a week,
yes,
at least.
at
I
least.
mean, and that's like minute to what you should really be taking for yourself. Um, Men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Men buy my line as well. I actually have more male customers than I do female, and it's kind of like a mix, because I guess they're saying, hey, I need my body scrub too, and I need
There's nothing wrong with
some
that.
some goodness. I need a candle. I need to have
Right.
my. I had one guy tell me, I need some good smelling candles for the girls. When they come over, and I said, I got you.
Women like
I,
candles.
I got you. He know that that candle need to be lit.
Yes.
So yeah, so I love it. I love that I appeal to all. Um,
To
absolutely.
everyone. And I do remember when we had our discussion early this week, you touched on therapy, how we both felt like our Black community don't believe in therapy, and how therapy can help you. We're also big on, I don't need nobody to tell me how I'm feeling, what I'm going through, what this is, I feel today. But you were
Hmm.
saying how important therapy is, and that how people need to take ease and do more of therapy.
It is. It is. It's a faux pas in our community, unfortunately. I'm thinking that it's opening up more.
Okay.
However, it's still to the baby boomers and those from probably 60 on back. They're like, therapy. Either they're like, okay, you got a
Mhm.
problem going on, you don't want to tell nobody about that,
Yeah.
or flip side, you just need to pray. Just ask Jesus to help you.
Right.
And yeah, that can be true. However, there's God put people down this earth to fulfill different duties. And one of those duties is therapy,
Yeah.
because you can't always talk to your friends and to your family about, things that are going on in your life, or just really anything. Sometimes, like I come across times where I'm like, dang, I need to talk to somebody. And I go through a list of, my friends and stuff, and I have some great friends, but man, you cannot always talk to everybody about stuff. Sometimes you need an outside person that doesn't know you, that can kind of see things from this point of view and
Right.
say, okay, these are some things you can do, or this may be going on, or maybe they're just not saying anything at all. 'Cause your
Right.
friends, they always have an opinion, you
That's right.
know, and it's not always welcome. And so it's and your family as well. And
Yeah.
so it's like I just need someone to listen, and and if they have anything constructive to give me, then give it to me, and that's that, but therapy is beautiful. I mean, man, when I first went, it wasn't
Mhm.
too long ago. I was probably 35,
Mhm.
maybe, when I
Okay.
first went to therapy. And I never knew, that it was like, it was odd at first. And then I was like,
Right.
okay, all right, I can dig it. I felt light after I left.
So you did feel better after therapy, after
Yeah,
actually letting it out.
yeah,
I think a lot of us carry that baggage. A lot of us hold that in instead of letting it out. And I feel like when we carry that baggage and hold it in, it takes control over our life. It's take
right,
control over how we can succeed in life and how we can get to the next level because we're steady holding on to that baggage. And like you said, we don't know who we can open up to without being judged, without having opinions, or without having something negative to say all the time. So I
mm-hmm.
feel like therapy is like something you can do to release that baggage and let it go. You know,
Right, exactly.
I think that helps with a lot of people what they're going through.
Right. I mean, because we're human beings, we want to talk to someone,
Yeah.
and so that is a source that is great. You just have to be led on who you go to, you
Yeah.
know. You just have to pray about it and be led on who to go to, and go and release, man. That's what they're there for. God bless them, because
Yeah, because you're pouring all your negative energy onto them and
I
they're
mean,
yeah.
could you imagine? It's not just, there are thousands of people out here, now, of course, getting into therapy, and they've got some stuff on their shoulders because they
Yeah.
have not been privy to it before. And now it's like, oh, I can, so
Yeah.
shout out to all the therapists and psychiatrists and
Right.
psychologists.
We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Because like you say, someone said you gotta unpack. You have to be able to unpack that everyday life. Because so many people go to work Monday through Friday. So many people deal with so many different things Monday through Friday, and they hold on to it to the next Monday come. So they
Right.
don't have a breakthrough. Or like you said, you have to give
Hmm.
yourself that time, that
Yep.
day. Even if it's just for an hour to 2 hours, you have to unpack all that stuff that you went through last week in order to start your week, fresh. And, I like on
Indeed.
my Mondays, I like to just sit in prayer. And I like to
Hmm.
talk to God, like you said, because I have no, you don't want to tell everybody your business. So I have that conversation with Him. I lay it
Hmm.
all on the table to Him. I let it all go so I can start
Hmm.
fresh on Monday. Because
Right.
I don't want to go into my Monday upset about what happened last week or what this person said to me last week. I want to go
Exactly.
into my next Monday, my next week, feeling rejuvenated, fresh, renewal. And in
Right.
order for you to do that, you got to drop it. You got to let it go.
Gotta
And
let
I
it
think a
go.
lot of people hold on to that. A lot of people don't know how to let things go in life. We tend to hold on
Hmm.
to grudges. And even though as humans and as people, we feel like when somebody does something to us, we hold on to it for dear life. You're not only affecting as you think you're the person by holding on to that grudge, you're affecting yourself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You're bringing yourself stress. You holding on to something that stressed you out last week and you still holding on to it. I don't hold on to grudges no more. I
Mm-hmm.
used to, but nowadays I don't hold on to it. I let it
Mm-hmm.
go. I ignore it. I think about peace, what brings me peace and joy, and what you did last week did not come into this week with me. So
Right.
you gotta let that go.
You got to let it go. Forgiveness is key, and then also forgiving yourself. A lot
Oh,
of people don't forgive themselves for making certain decisions that they have made, in the past or even last weekend, right? And so you have to forgive yourself and move on.
mm-hmm,
There is grace, and life goes on. As long as you are breathing, you have the opportunity to make a better decision next time and also to move forward. It's all about moving forward. You can't, that meme or that saying, you can't drive forward looking in the rearview mirror.
mm-hmm.
You can only look in the rearview mirror for a quick second. You can't keep your eyes up there and keep driving forward. So quick second, you may think of some might pop up in the past or whatever, but throw it out because you keep moving forward. Just that's not a part of my life anymore. You know.
I like
So
that. I never thought about that. Like you said, when you look in the rearview mirror, because to make sure everything's okay in the back, you're only looking for a second. I
right,
never use that because you can't keep looking. Because guess what? You can't see what's in front of you.
you cannot. Right.
You can't see what's in front of you. And that's why I always tell people when you keep looking back, you're going to stay in the
Mm-hmm.
same place that you're in because you're too busy
Absolutely.
looking over your shoulder saying what this person or who doing what instead of looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to, the new beginning, what you have in front of you to start,
Right. Right.
you
And
know?
and yeah, and stay in your business.
Ooh, preach
Stay
that.
in your business. Like, cause I'm sure, like, you got a million things in your world that you can talk about or think about or work on and come up with solutions then to be in everybody else's business. Because that's another thing that people deflect off of. They don't want to really work on themselves
Mm-hmm,
internally and work on you know, their um their tribe and their people and who's around them, but they're
mm-hmm.
constantly deflecting off of other people, and that comes with self-care. once you
Okay.
start once you start focusing on yourself, you're going to realize, man. My mother said something yesterday. She was at the soccer game with my nieces, and she said, I realized I wasn't taking care of myself. She said, I got everybody else Gatorade, got everybody else some water, and I'm standing there, I'm thirsty. And I
Your cup
said,
empty, but you filling everybody else's cup.
filling everybody else's cup. Yep.
And that's the sad part about it. I think a lot of us are like that. We tend to be leaders. God put us on this earth to be leaders,
Mm-hmm.
to lead his people. And sometimes we do have to take a step back and fill our own cup up. That's how I was too busy filling everybody's cup up, and I was
Mm-hmm.
becoming more and more and more exhausted. I was
Right.
becoming more stressed. My energy was lower and lowering. And now
Mm-hmm.
since I've been filling my cup up, life has been beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything's been flowing. I've been seeing
Right.
life better. I've been
Right.
seeing everything much better since I've been filling my cup up and not filling
Mm-hmm.
everyone else's cup up.
Right. Because it's time for that. Like,
Yeah.
you can be a blessing to other people.
Hmm.
However, it's like, you when you making dinner, you don't just put everything on one plate. You you decipher it out. You get this, you get this, you get this. But now we got more to cook. We still got food. We still got stuff coming in, but I've still got something to bless here and there. But I've still got to keep my stuff full in order to even give you something.
Mm.
You know, what can I give you if I'm empty? You
Hmm.
know,
You
So,
better say it. You can't give nothing if you empty. That's why I try to tell everybody to focus on filling your cup and overflowing. Never
right.
think you giving too
Overflow.
much to yourself. A lot of people say, I don't want to feel guilty by giving to myself. No,
Mhm.
overflow, overflow. I always
Right.
speak overflow because you want overflow in everything you do, right? You want
Right.
overflow in wealth, overflow with healing, overflow with just everything. So why not
Amen.
overflow you?
Amen. Right.
Overflow you. And I always say
Right.
that there's nothing wrong with overflowing and loving on you, spending that
Hmm.
time with you, looking in the mirror and
Exactly.
telling yourself you're beautiful instead of always telling this person, oh, girl, you look good. Girl, I like your outfit. Look at you
Right.
and tell yourself. And I have to learn
Right.
that. I used to be so self conscious about a lot of things, and my husband
Hmm.
used to tell me, you got to get out of that. You got to start looking at yourself and loving yourself. Love on yourself more.
Right.
And that's sometimes
Right.
hard for us to do.
It's hard. I do it every once in a while, like that song, Mary J. Blige, Good Morning Gorgeous.
Oh, I love that
So
song.
so when I think about it and I'm in the bathroom, I I'll be like, Good morning, gorgeous. Like you can say it right, but it's
Yeah,
because it's weird and you're by yourself, but it's
yeah,
it's like you have to, tell yourself that because when other people tell you, you won't feel so strange about it. You can accept the compliment, and instead of really
yeah, yeah. Oh, really? That's
me,
that's how I look. Because we do that. We can't even lie, right? You do it first, like, oh, you look good.
right,
Oh, girl, for real. I know I do. I'm like, girl, just keep saying it. Keep saying it.
right. I
Girl, for
didn't
real.
think.
Hype
I
me
didn't.
up. Because there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with somebody hyping you up. You need that one person in your corner to hype you up,
Yeah,
to pour
for
into
sure.
you, to speak life into you, to tell you, girl,
Right.
you are beautiful and I'm loving on you. I love it. And a lot of people say, oh,
Hmm.
I don't need nobody to glorify me. No, it's not the fact that you're allowing people to glorify you. It's just the fact of it's nothing wrong with someone telling you, you look beautiful today. You look gorgeous. I'm loving your outfit. I love your earrings. Like I told
Right.
today, y'all, when we got on our little live, I say, yo, your spirit and everything just glows about you. And it's okay to tell another sister that, y'all. We don't have to be jealous and worry about, oh, I can't tell her she look good because guess what? It's gonna make me look dim my light. You not dimming your light, y'all, when y'all are promoting other sisters, uplifting other sisters, because that's a problem we have in our community now. Is because we tear each other down so much to get ahead. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Exactly.
understand why it's like that. Why do we have to tear each other down to get ahead in life when we all can just glorify and worship? I mean, not worship, but just glorify, uplift everybody.
I
And
know. I'm starting to think we. I'm starting to think of a lot of us are wore out. And
Mhm.
it's starting to really show, especially with through customer service, through places that you go to. It's just like it's like we need a regroup, like a uplifting sister regroup. Like let's just be kind to each other when we see each other. Let's speak.
Mm. I like
Let's smile at least.
Yeah. I think smiling goes a long way. You don't even have to open your mouth. As long as if you just smile at somebody or just say
Mhm.
good morning, that would light up a person day. Because you don't know what
Exactly.
type of day that person had.
Exactly. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Not
So,
at all. And also, guys, I don't know if I said at the beginning, she's also a mentor. She mentors younger youth guys. She speaks to them. She teaches them. Tell us a little bit about that.
oh man. So I teach a modeling class for About Faces models and talent, and it's it's really cool because I have ages from 5 to 70 in my class, and it's an honor because it's inspirational because when I see someone that's older than my mother in my class getting taught by me,
Mhm.
and I feel like honored first, and then I feel like, wow, the dream does not die. Okay, it does not die when if you are wanting to still do modeling, and if you're wanting to still do acting, it is never too late, because there are ads about geared towards everybody. I mean, it's a motion that's going to keep going, and it inspires me, because I say, even on those days that I want to quit, I know I can pick up when I'm 60 if I do decide to come back. I know I can pick up when I'm this and that, age, because it doesn't stop. If it's in you, the dream, it doesn't stop. And for some, it's just to learn confidence, and to
Mhm.
learn how to walk, and to do something, to have a hobby. But
Mhm.
I started mentoring with the Freedom School back
Okay.
in 98, 97, 98. And I was like a senior in high school, and they had a program to where they flew us to Knoxville, Tennessee, and we stayed on the Alex Haley farm, and we
Okay.
learned how to. We went through the rites of passage. We went through lesson plans, and learning how to develop lesson plans, and develop character building games to do with the children and stuff. And then for every summer, we would get children, from
Mhm.
ages 5 to 17.
Okay.
And so I started doing that, and then I was doing programs every summer after that, either coaching or teaching tennis, or uh, you know, joining a kids program for the summer. And
Okay.
then I ended up moving to Chicago and starting my own girls program, called Gift Girls Improving Futures for Together. And I taught them how to make jewelry, and I taught them yoga and meditation, and also character building. Um, and I was just basically there for them,
Okay.
from all aspects that they needed. Um, and then from there, I was a youth advocate for 10 different girls. And so it just goes on and on. I've just been always a part of empowering, the youth, especially the young women. And
They need it. The young women is who need it, because they're coming up in a world that's based off social media. When
yeah,
we grew up, we didn't have social media. We didn't have Facebook and Instagram and all that. Nowadays, these young women is basing their real life off of influencers on Facebook and Instagram
yeah,
Live, so
it's, it's, man, it's like a catch 22, um, like the good parts of social media being, um, friends you went to college with that you were really cool with, and you lost touch, and they
yeah.
found you, and it's like, yay, great reunion. Then it's somebody eating a pickle covered in worms, and that makes a million views, and now they've got a part in a movie. It's insane. Or the young women, I mean, I go through women's posts, and I don't see anything but body.
That's it.
Just
That's
body.
it.
Just
It's sad. You can say it. You can say
I,
it.
I'm,
It-
it's like cliche, because everybody, it's like, okay, yeah, it's sad, and I'm not against embracing your femininity or anything in any sort of way. However, when every single post is breasts and your tush, and every single picture is you turned around, like like, y'all see it, y'all see
uh-huh.
it,
Yeah.
and it's like, and like, okay, what are we
What
gonna
more do you
do?
have to offer? Is
What?
like,
Yeah. Okay, moving on. What what's going to happen when you're 60 and that is not laying right? And
Mhm.
then there are issues going on. See, we're not talking about the health issues that happen when you decide to alter your body. I had a couple of mentees tell me, a couple of my high school students, when they get the money, they're going to alter their body. And we had a real heart to heart about that, because I was just thinking, at this age, why do you think that you need to alter your body? Like, you're only 16, 17 years old. You're not even fully developed yet.
Yeah.
Yet you haven't came into your full womanhood yet. When you get into your 30s and 40s, that's when you really like,
Okay.
hey, you sitting well,
Yeah.
especially if you take care of yourself.
You know something that is so crazy. You said that how they want to alter their body at such a young age. It just saddens me because it's all social media based. That's the new
Mm-hmm.
thing now. Everybody want to, what do they call it, BBLs. That's just literally the new things, but they don't know the health issue that
Yep.
women face after getting those BBLs. They don't know the consequences of getting those BBL, or losing so much blood, or becoming so sick. You don't know if your body can even handle losing
Right.
all that blood, or handle going under surgery for that many
Mm-hmm.
hours, or handle the stress that comes behind it. They see, that's the problem. People only tell you the good things. Oh, I look good. I look good. But like my husband say, you go get them BBLs. It's cute to take a picture, a couple of pictures here and there, but you hurting. Your body's aching. They don't tell
Mm.
you how your body falls sometime, and you got to go get that relift again, your butt relift, or they put
Oh
in different things
man.
in your body. See, don't nobody tell you the truth behind of having altercations and surgeries. Don't me wrong, I'm not judging nobody, but nowadays
Mm-hmm.
it's like no one wants to do it the correct way. No one wants to work out. No one
Right.
wants to eat healthy. No one wants to get in shape. Everybody want to just take the shortcut. And
Yep.
sometimes taking a shortcut is not always the good way to go, far as
Right.
long down the ways. You go get them BBLs, you still got to keep up with that. You can't
Got to
go get
keep it
BBL and
up.
still go drink every day, still eat crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Still
Right.
doing stuff you did before you got them BBLs, because that is not gonna just stick. It's not gonna stay. You're gonna go back to where you was, and what you're gonna keep going back to the knife and keep getting it done over again. And it's just, to
Yeah.
me, it's just sad, because a lot of women lose their lives
Yep.
behind us getting that. It's so many stories out there. K Michelle even finally came out and said how she suffered from
Yes.
getting that surgery, how her body
Yes.
ached, and how sick she was. But
Mm-hmm.
no one's never gonna tell the truth. It's
Right.
all about glamorous and looking good, and it's sad. And Siobhan, she just commented. She says social media culture definitely promotes women to expose themselves for clout. It's crazy and embarrassing.
Yep. Yep.
No, it is. And
And it's like it's almost like that's why they have all of the followers that they do have, is because every second you're gonna see a hot pic,
yeah,
you know. But it's important that we keep a bit of ourselves a mystery, you
mhm,
know. That's important, that we keep our bit of ourselves a mystery, and it's important that we keep class about ourselves
yeah,
in a way that, this is the thing. So I'll give you a quick, little story. So it's like a DJ who charges you $500 to play music in your club for 2 hours that night, right? They're charging
mhm,
$500 for the last 2 hot hours they're coming in.
mhm,
But another DJ comes in and says, "I'll charge you 100.
mm,
I play just the hottest music." So it's like women that actually hold this standard and know their femininity and know how to put it there when they need to, and know how to not when they don't
yeah,
need to.
right.
And then you have the women that's like, "I ain't gonna be covered. I just be like this all the time. You ain't even gotta go through all that wondering and trying to figure out if I'm this. I am this."
Yeah,
you
right,
know, you know?
right.
And it's like, Okay. Yeah, you don't have to do any of that. I'll do that.
Right.
Okay. Well now I'll have to go get a woman that's gonna make me, wait, gonna make me do certain things that's,
Mhm.
gonna hold up.
Go to
And
the
also,
first.
oh, look at him.
I know. Go get daddy.
Hey.
Yeah, this is motherhood. This is being a boss look like. You're gonna get interrupted, but you gotta keep going and keep working, right? This
Hey,
is
no, it's all
life.
good. It's
It's
all
life. You know,
you,
and this is my baby. He loves being under me. But before we close this, I love the fact that you're mentoring them girls. Keep pouring into them. Keep giving them everything you gonna give them. Keep teaching them, queen, to be a queen, to stand high, keep their head held high. You have to, because nowadays
yes.
these young women don't have no one to look up to. So
Mm-hmm.
I take my hat off to you. Because it's hard. It's hard mentoring these young women. So
It's
keep
hard.
doing, and don't let them go. Don't let them go. They need you.
They
They
tough.
they
They
tough.
tough now.
I
They
know they are.
tough.
I know.
Hey. Woo, teenagers.
She said, "Woo."
Woo. I'm like, whoa, you know?
Yeah.
But real quick before we go. So if you don't have HBO Max, get it on a free trial in July.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be on House Parties coming out July 28th on HBO Max, and I had I had a little role in there, so
I
I
was
want
giving a
y'all
piece
to
of
check it
go
out.
ahead. Go ahead. Shout your stuff
Yeah,
out. Y'all hear her.
yeah, check it
Go
out.
watch. I love House Party. Girl, you know I'm be
Yeah,
tuned.
so
Yeah.
they did a reboot. LeBron James is the executive producer, so um, yeah, we gonna see. I haven't seen it. I've just seen my part, but I have not seen it, so I don't know. We gonna see. I know it's gonna be good though, 'cause they got some great actors in there. So
All right. Siobhan say congratulations.
thank you, sister. I miss you.
So we not gonna hold y'all much longer. We're gonna go ahead and close this episode 6 of Boss Talk out today, right now, while we got HBO Max. Yeah, my husband said we got HBO Max, so we're gonna be watching you and we're gonna root you on. We're gonna be sharing it on our page. We're gonna shout you out, Queen. So don't even worry, we got you. But yeah, so we're not
Yeah.
gonna let her get off of this live without shouting out all her followings. Where can they find you at? Shout out your Instagram, your Facebook, and your website.
Okay. So the website is Renoir Beauty. That's Renoir beauty.com. Then the IG is Renata Noel, RenataNoelle, and also the same as on Facebook, Renata Noel.
All right, y'all. So this is my special guest. Thank you so much for being a part of Boss Talk Live. Thank you so much for being
Thank
my
you.
special guest. Thank you so much to Siobhan for allowing us to set this up and allowing us to meet each other. Thank you again for that, Siobhan. Make sure you guys stay tuned for Boss Talk Live, episode 7. You definitely don't want to miss that. Thank you again, guys. Talk to you soon.